That morning, social media exploded. From Twitter to Instagram, only one name was mentioned: Sam Heughan. The Outlander actor suddenly announced an emergency press conference in London, and no one knew why. Rumors had been swirling around him for months. Sam's mysterious relationship with co-star Katrina Balfe, with whom he created one of the most classic on-screen romances of all time, Jamie and Claire Fraser. But in real life, the question always lingered. Was there more to them? A fateful moment in a brightly lit room. A luxury hotel in central London was packed with reporters. Flashes were constantly flashing, cameras were clicking. The air was thick with tension. The door opened. Sam stepped out, a dark blue suit, a calm face, a determined gaze. He stepped up to the podium, his hand on the microphone. A small smile flickered across the room, and then a familiar deep voice rang out. First of all, thank you all for coming. I know you didn't come here to hear about a new project, but to hear me talk about the thing everyone's been talking about. The room fell silent. Over the years, Katrina and I have created a beautiful love story on screen. But in real life, the rumors that we're in love, that there's something secret between us, are completely untrue. The sound of cameras clicking loudly. But Sam raised his hand, then continued. Katrina is the most amazing woman I've ever met. She's a colleague, a close friend, someone I respect immensely. But she's also a wife, a mother. And I would never do anything to hurt her life. I want to make this clear here today. I have never and will never cross the line of friendship between us. The sentence fell like a knife, cutting through years of speculation. The internet exploded. Within minutes, the hashtag #JudgeSamHeughan statement shot to the top of the global charts. Fans were split in two. One half breathed a sigh of relief. Finally, he came clean. Respect both. The other half collapsed. We believed in that love for years. And now what? Some people doubted he's just protecting her. There's definitely something between them. At the same time, Katrina Balfe posted a short message on Instagram. Thank you, Sam, for your kindness and sincerity. We've always been a team. Millions of likes, thousands of comments flooded in a few minutes. The final moment on stage. Before leaving the podium, Sam turned back, looked straight into the lens. He said softly, almost whispering, "Let us always be what we are. Friends." He bowed his head, leaving the auditorium. Behind the media storm officially began. In the silent room of London, a few hours later, Sam sat in a dark apartment, only the streetlights shining through the windows. Glass of whiskey in hand, he tried to calm down after the storm. Then the phone vibrated. A strange message. You said it well, but you think it's over with just a few words. He frowned and replied curtly. Who? No response. Just silence and a cold feeling in his heart. On the other side, in Dublin, Katrina sat in the living room, the TV screen showing Sam saying, "I have never crossed the line of friendship and will never." Her lips pursed slightly. Her husband Richard put a hand on her shoulder. "Are you okay?" She nodded, smiling slightly. "I'm just tired of the media." But in her hazy gaze, the conflict was clear. He said that to protect her, or had he really given up? Her phone vibrated, a message from an anonymous account. He's lying. And you know it. The second storm. Less than 12 hours later, the internet was awash with analysis of Sam's every look and every gesture. Newspaper headlines read, "Sam Heughan denies love for Katrina, but fans don't believe it." truth or just drama. Dozens of slow-motion videos of Sam saying his final words were shared millions of times. Look at his eyes. He's lying. The hashtags "We don't believe you, Sam" and "Protect Catriona" both climbed to the top. Some die-hard fans even formed groups to investigate behind-the-scenes videos and old photos as if searching for an untold mystery. Midnight call. Back at the apartment, Sam poured some more wine. The phone rang. A deep, cold female voice came from the other end. "Do you think people will believe you, Sam?" He gripped the phone tightly. "Who are you?" "Someone who knows everything. And I think the world should know too." A sarcastic laugh rang out and died. The room fell silent again. Sam opened his laptop. Among the pile of press emails, there was a message with no title, no address. He clicked on it. This is the truth. A photo appeared of him and Katrina years ago. A private moment never before seen, just the two of them on the Scottish coast. He froze. Who had this photo and why? Had it chosen this time to appear? The phone vibrated again. A new message. "If you don't tell the truth, I will tell it for you." The London night was strangely quiet. Outside, the rain had begun to fall lightly, the lights reflecting off the wet pavement like memories that could not be washed away. Sam Heughan was still sitting there in the cold apartment, the blue light from the laptop screen reflecting off his silent face. That photo still open. He and Katrina. They were sitting on a cliff in Scotland, the wind blowing her hair, and he looking at her with eyes that now he could not deny. Sam sighed softly. Was what he had just said in front of millions of people true? Or was it just something he had to say? The phone vibrated again. A short text. "Meet me tomorrow morning. St. James's Park, seat number 12. No signature, no number. Just an invitation or a threat. London morning." The man waiting by the lake. The next morning, the London sky was covered in grey clouds. Sam, wearing a wool hat and a dark coat, walked slowly through the park. The pedestrians were still carefree, unaware that in the midst of that peaceful scene, a mystery was waiting to be unlocked. Seat number 12 near the lake. A woman was sitting there, her back turned. When Sam approached, she stood up. Brown hair, slim figure, deep voice, strangely familiar. "It's been a while, Sam." He frowned slightly. "Who are you?" "I worked on your crew. The 3rd season of Outlander." Her name appeared in his memory. Clara, the production assistant who had disappeared from the set without a word. "I have something you need to see." She opened her bag and took out a small USB drive. "It's not just the photo. There's the video too. If it gets into the hands of the press, everything you've built will collapse." Sam clenched his fists. "What do you want?" Clara looked at him, her eyes shining with something between hurt and bitterness. "Justice? Not for me. For the forgotten." Memories returned. That night Sam returned home. He plugged the USB into his laptop. A video appeared shot on an old film camera, blurry, shaky. He and Katrina in a small house in the Scottish Highlands. She was smiling, and he gently touched her hand. Catriona's voice echoed in the video, gentle. If the world knew everything, would change Sam. "Forever," he replied, his voice trembling. "Then we leave it here forever. In the wind, in the mist. where only we know, the screen went black. Sam leaned his head back in his chair. Is this the secret someone was using to force him, or just a piece of the past that he himself had not dared to face? A new message. The final warning. The phone vibrates. Another message, this time longer. You can choose. Either tell the truth or let the past speak for you. The press will know everything by 6 a.m. tomorrow. Sam looks at his watch. Less than 9 hours. He stands up, walks to the window and looks out at the London traffic passing by in the middle of the night. The cold wind blows through the glass, blowing away the last bit of silence in his heart. In Dublin, Catriona and the unsent letter. At the same time, Katrina sits in the small room, the candlelight reflecting off an old photo. It's a photo of the two of them on the set of Outlander, when there was nothing but genuine smiles. On the table was a letter she had written, but never sent. If one day you need to tell the truth, I won't blame you. But I hope you remember, there are things that don't need to be said. They will always exist. Her phone rang. The news had just come in. An inside source claims to have evidence that Sam Heughan and Katrina Balfe had a secret relationship for years. She closed her eyes. It was all coming back like a storm that would never end. Dawn. Sam left the apartment, got into the parked black car. In his hand, the USB still lay undamaged. He knew one mistake and everything would be exposed. But there was also a part of him deep down that still wanted the truth to be told. Outside it started to rain. A new storm was coming. And this time it wasn't just the media. It was the past coming back. Dawn misted London. The first rays of light filtered through the window, illuminating Sam Heughan's face, tired, but his eyes lit up with something between peace and determination. The USB stick was still on the table next to the unfinished whiskey. The phone read 5:59 a.m. Only a minute before the truth was revealed. Sam looked out the window. On the street, the stream of people began to move. The morning paper was dropped onto the porch. The wind gently turned the first page. He picked up the phone, opened the contact list, stopped at a familiar name, Katrina. His finger touched lightly but did not press. Just one press and everything would change. He smiled a very small smile like Jamie Fraser years ago in the misty Scottish fields. There are things that don't need to be said, but are enough for the other person to understand. Sam closed the laptop, took the USB stick and walked out the door. The door closed the lock, clicking as softly as a breath. At the same time in Dublin, Katrina flipped open her phone. A text message came in no sender, just 4 words. It's safe now. She looked out the window. The Irish sky-clear grey clouds drifting lazily like memories. A smile flickered across her lips. Somewhere in an anonymous inbox, the words appeared on the screen. The story isn't over. The screen went black. There was only the morning light reflecting off the lake and the wind whispering softly like someone from the past. Let us be what we've always been, friends.